not getting a practice of speaking with somebody. Just like reading something, the language factory, I can speak to my sensei. Now I can make my goal bigger because I feel more confident.
Hi, Becky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. How you feel?
I feel good, Terumi.
Great. So, the people don't know you at all. So can you explain who are you?
All right. I'm Beckey, and I live in Japan, in Fukuoka, in Japan. I came from India. I'm a Malaysian, but I was living in India. But now I'm living in Japan. I came to Japan to work. I'm a teacher, and I also came to Japan because my grandchildren are here. I came alone. My daughter and her family, they live in Japan. They are also working in Japan. So when my grandchildren were here, I wanted to come and be with them, and so I followed them to Japan.
Wow. So you moved to Japan alone
Yes,
to
I did.
follow
Yes,
your daughter.
yes.
You didn't afraid of moving to Japan alone. It's big change.
Moving to Japan was a big change, but I was confident that I can do it. I have traveled to many places, and so I wasn't scared of the move, uh, but it is a big move.
Sure. So,
Thank you.
started living in Japan in Fukuoka, right? The Fukuoka is
Yes.
my best place and my most favorite place in Japan. But it's how's the life? What was your first impression living in Fukuoka?
Fukuoka is a great place. I came here 3 years ago when my granddaughter was born, and I loved it. And um, I've always lived in a hot country, so I'm really enjoying the cool climate here in Fukuoka. Right now, the temperature is around 8, 9 degrees in the night, so it's nice and cold.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it. Fukuoka is not like Tokyo. It's not so noisy and loud and crowded. It's quiet. A lot of families, a lot of children. So it's really a very nice place for a family to bring up their young children.
Amazing. So it's the best life with your grandchildren, right?
It is. It really is a very good place to bring up young children.
What was actually the difficulty living, in Japan, and what is the best things living in Japan?
Japan is a very easy place to come and live. The only problem I had was language,
Mm.
and it it really is a problem because not many locals speak English. Even if they know English, they don't use it. I think because they don't feel confident, and so I felt that because I'm a guest here in this country, I felt that I need to learn the language. And yeah, that's one reason why I decided to try my very best to speak Japanese.
Amazing. So the 1.5 year you living, and before you reaching us out, what
Mhm.
did you try to learn Japanese?
When I first came to Fukuoka, I tried Duolingo. I tried there's an NHK site where you get phrases and things like that. They were all very good. However, I was not getting a practice of speaking with somebody. I'm learning these phrases, but they're just like reading something, and it's not sticking with me because I'm not talking to anybody. When I joined the language factory, I can speak to my sensei, and so
Mhm.
I really feel like I'm more confident after talking to her in Japanese. I can go out and speak to somebody else. I feel more confident.
Amazing, amazing. So like during the master course, you just finished 10 lessons with us, and
Mhm.
you already start speaking just after 10 hours lesson with us. And what did you learn this 10 hours, and how did you make so much fast progress?
Well, um, I learned phrases that I can use with my friends in my workplace. So my very first phrase I learned was, "It's cold today, isn't it?" and I use it very often. The last time I used it when I spoke in Japanese to a Japanese person in the elevator, he didn't even know that I couldn't speak Japanese. And he started talking really fast in Japanese, and I didn't know what he was saying because that was the one phrase that I had learned and I was practicing it on him, but he thought I could speak Japanese. So it was a very uplifting moment for me.
That's amazing. Great. So like after actually during this 10 hours of the session, which phrases is your most favorite phrases?
今日は寒いですね.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the
Correct.
things I use very often. I play with my granddaughter. She goes to a local Japanese school, and my granddaughter likes to sing and dance. And so every time she sings a song, I will tell her "mo ichido."
Mm-hmm.
She understands
Amazing.
me because she can speak Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Great. So mostly you're practicing everyday life with the different teacher with your granddaughters, and also you actually talk like sometimes neighbors. Like which actual people usually you talk?
Yes, with my colleague, I talk with my colleagues and my neighbors, and I say phrases like "magoga futari imasu."
Mm,
So
amazing.
they know that I have two grandchildren.
Yeah, great. That's amazing. So
Yeah,
like
I'm hoping that my accent will sound as natural as possible. And I also keep repeating the phrases in my mind when I'm walking to school, when I'm lying down in bed. I keep repeating the phrases as if I'm talking to somebody, and that
mm-hmm.
really helps me.
Mm-hmm. Great. So like after experiencing, this 10 hours of our Japan language factory master course, what do you think? Like what is the huge differences in you?
Yeah, my um, masterclass teacher, Shono-san, is very, very good in creating a situation for me. Duolingo and the other courses that I've done in NHK, they have like just not a customized scenario. It's just like a general scenario. But when I talk about my situation, what I'm doing, so the phrases are connected with me. So it's more personalized. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes it more meaningful for me.
Mm.
When I have a personalized phrase to learn about myself, about my life, that I can use with my colleagues and my friends.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I
because it's everything is so useful because it's related to your lifestyle, so you can actually really start using every day, right?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've also started recording my voice when I'm speaking a sentence and
Wow.
sending it to my Japanese friends. So,
Wow, amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing.
and they are quite impressed.
Great. Yes, we have, this technology and
Yes,
it's you
yeah,
can use it so many way, for the voice message, voice
yes,
typing
yes,
is if you can pronounce it, you can speak, you can
yes,
communicate so easily.
yes.
That's amazing.
One of the one of the things that helps me, like short phrases like "Can you speak in English?"
Hmm.
And so if he says yes, then he continues in English. If he says no, then I just sit quietly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like 英語話せますか? Like can
Yes,
you speak
英語話せ
English?
ますか? Yes, can you speak?
Uh-huh.
And one more thing masterclass has taught me is to listen to a lot of language being spoken. So I've done one more step. Now I'm watching a Japanese serial on TV
Wow.
so that I can hear the phrases and get familiarized with the language. I think when you're
Definitely.
exposed to a lot of language, it helps you learn the language.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. If somebody want to learn like you, what is actually the advice to them? What is the message to them?
I would definitely tell them to join your course because I think I have learned a lot from that just 10 classes, and I really think it's worth.
Thank you so much. If you pick up one, what is the best experience lately?
When I first came here and I told my daughter that I must learn the language, she didn't think that I could do it. She said
Mhm.
it's not so easy to learn a language. She's been here for 5 years. She hasn't learned much Japanese. But when I told her that I want to learn Japanese, she said, "Oh, it's very difficult. I don't think you'll be able to do it." The other day, we went into a taxi and I spoke to the taxi man. And then when we came out, she was very impressed. She said, "You really can speak Japanese." So I felt very good about that.
Wow, that's amazing. That is actually a real compliment from your family. Wow, you're really, I'm sure you're proud. Amazing. Well done, Becky. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making me who I am now. I can speak to people on the road, to the shopkeeper, and that was my aim. Now I can make my goal bigger because I feel more confident.
Amazing. Great.
Are you expat? Live in Japan? You started living in Japan, you're super excited to communicate with locals. You can enjoy traveling, meeting people. And now you start using this textbook and you feel like, wow, that's so many. Elementary school textbook, another elementary school textbook, and how many hours should you study? Let's think one more time. In order to communicate like a normal guy, you can do everything in the basic everyday life. Should you finish all those textbooks? Otherwise, you won't understand what they're talking. You cannot express yourself, anything. First of all, there are always two ways to learn languages. One is documentational language, the other one is conversational language. It's like, once upon a time, grandmother and grandfather are living somewhere. Or, hey, what's up? How's it going? Which is conversational. What is the most effective way to learn how to speak Japanese? Textbooks can't talk to you, so you cannot improve your listening skill and pronunciation, how to communicate. So why Japanese children can speak Japanese so quickly? Because they are learning conversational Japanese. The good news is, in Japan Language Factory, we have a specific learning structure to improve your conversational Japanese. So you can join the conversation, you can understand what they're talking, you can respond quickly, and express what you are thinking. If you want to be able to speak Japanese as soon as possible, join our free consultation to figure out what is the fastest way to start speaking Japanese.